What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And tonight we need to do a quick update on the action of Kaspa. I have been wanting to do this update for the last week, but it's been a very busy week for me, so I apologize for not having much new and fresh content out. But we are going to roll through the chart and then talk a little bit about the Kaspa project. And then I've got a pretty exciting announcement for you at the end of this video. So you'll want to watch this all the way to the end as I adjust my chair. I got too many cords on the floor. It doesn't let me roll around. Before we jump straight into this, I need to let you know that this is not financial advice. I am just sharing my thoughts and what I think the probabilities are on the chart. And this also is not an endorsement of the Kaspa project. Okay, I'm just a regular guy trying to dig in and do due diligence, find interesting crypto projects to invest in and benefit from and make money. You know, that's why I'm here. And my main focus is the chart. I also do news on Bitcoin and the crypto market, but when it comes to these individual projects, I will be focusing mainly on the TA, just so you know that. So you're not posting in the comments saying, please tell us more about the fundamentals and explain the actual project. Well, that's not my part that I'm going to contribute. I might have some informative videos coming in the future about Kaspa because I am trying to learn more about the fundamental aspects of the project, and I will share that with you as I learn. But for the most part, you're going to expect that most of my videos will be covering the TA. Okay, so here we are on the 4-hour chart, and we have been on this bullish romp for what? All the way dating back to the 21st of October, and it has not stopped yet. So we had this movement along this ascending baseline, and then it blew up. And now we had a new steeper ascending baseline, and we have been in a bullish swing channel since then. And the previous swing channel that was bearish would take us back here to the beginning of October. So for the entire, just about the entire month of October till the last week, we had a bearish swing channel, and then we pivoted here. And after this pivot, we go from red to green. This is our pivot point. And as you can see my notes here, I actually bought another bag. I had bought twice before in the past back here off the chart, but I got 66,000 on the 26th at 0.00159, and then I sold that here and made, I don't know, about a 2.5x gain, 2.5 times the original price. I think I sold out at 0.0046 because all indications were that we were going to correct. We were peaked out at this stochastic peak, but then when we hit the bottom, that's when I started to get nervous because I noticed that we did not break the swing channel base. So then we had our next peak here, and I noticed that price stayed flat here, and we broke out. And now here's where it gets interesting. We were rising high on these two peaks here while the stochastic was going down. The only thing it coincided with was this peak here on the MACD, but everything else is divergent and still is. And so then we formed a pretty nice bull flag. And if I scrunch this up and in, I can show you that bull flag. And this bull flag played out to a T, and I'll show you. Let's just put this bull flag on here. Here's the pole right here. And then here is your flag right here. It is a pennant, actually, not a flag. And it broke out exactly at the apex of the pennant. Okay, you had a parallel, not parallel. This is a congruent pennant, not a flat bottom or a rising bottom and a flat top, but it is of the same angle, inverse angle. And so on these, they could either break to the upside or the downside. It's 50-50, and usually in a bear market, they break to the downside. But as we now know, it broke to the upside. And look at this. When we take the flagpole out of there, let's get the pick tool, and we replace this at the point of breaking out. If I can pick the right stupid little... There we go. Now, let's move the poll here. It kind of shows us what the possible target could be. Now, this is probably needing to be adjusted. To be conservative, we could call the beginning point at the base of the peak of the previous triangle. So we'll just do that. We'll throw this up here, and we can see that it has almost attained that peak point. Okay, this would be the peak, if not already. So if this is it, which it might not be, we could come up to this point right here, and that price would be somewhere around 0.95. I'm gonna have to scrunch this down a little bit. Darn it. So I messed up all of my proportions. Let's move this little booger back and re-measure the flagpole, and we will take this from the peak of the last triangle and then replace it. And there's the breakout point, and it would come at a price of 0.0098. So almost 1 cent. 1 cent's possible, but it may not hit that. And what kind of sways me is the fact that you've got 2 red candles in a row for the first time in a long time. We haven't had double red candles until this point here. And so what could happen is we could correct back to this blue ascending line. And this blue ascending line would probably intersect with this one from the pennant at the point where it could bounce up again. So there's a chance. And please do not think that this is a prediction that's going to happen for sure. There's a chance it could bounce at 0.0067. I'm going to take a chance and buy more at that point, and it's going to depend on where the stochastic is and the MACD. So we see an impending crossover happening here. We see an absolute crossover with 3 head fakes up here, and this will probably come on down at some point for a full dip into the oversold zone. If it does, and it might not. If we do not hold this line right here, and if it breaks, then we could get a more fun correction, because we notice that the 50 EMA is right here, the orange line. Well, notice that we now have a 200 EMA line printing right here. So if we extend the 200 EMA line, it would look, something like this. It's going to roll over a little bit after that correction coming down. And that means that if we fail here, then we could come on down and maybe have a touch point here at this 200 EMA. Now, if that fails, you also have this prior resistance line here from a previous peak, this line here that comes at a price of 0.0044. And if that fails, it could come at this peak node at 0.00422. So those are your possibilities. Let's put an arrow at 422. Now let's number these possibilities. I would say that in my rough guesstimation, I'm going to say that this is the peak here and that we correct here at this blue line. That's probably number 1 on my list of guessed probabilities. The next probability would be the 200 EMA. We'll combine that with this line here since they're close enough. So this is the second most probable. And then, of course, the third, let's move this out of the way here. This is second most probable. And then the third would be coming all the way down to the point of control price. And then number 4 would be this line right below. Here's another previous support and resistance line, if it makes it that far. I pray to God that it does, because I want to buy a lot more. If we can come down to 0.00366, that's a Christmas present to me. And we still have that possibility that it never comes back down. We might find a new base and it stays up there, and time will only tell. So all I'm doing is laying out the possibilities. That's it. By the way, I did buy back in at 0.00. Let's get the price here, 0.006 something. It was like 622. I got 72,300. I still have like 2,500 in my wallet, so I've got like 75,000 right now. And I definitely will end up with over 100,000 and maybe more. We'll see. If we get a serious correction, I might back up the truck and just load the wagon, because I'm bullish about this project and excited for what the possibilities are. Let's look at the 1 week, and then we're going to talk fundamentals and news. So on the 1 week, we can see, I'm sorry, the 1 day chart, silly me. On the 1 day chart, we can see that there is a doji candle being printed right now, but we don't know if it will hold or if it'll go green. But again, it's a red candle at the moment, but we know that before we had a couple here, we had one here, we had a couple here, and we had 2 here. So that's no guarantee that we're going to break this upwards trending swing channel. All right. But this is what you look for. You look for these channels. So we have this channel right here that is going upwards. So here's the channel like this. And when you break that, then that's when you know if price goes below this channel, then that might be your swing point where this will be the, whoops, let's clear this out. Where this area here, this would be your pivot right there. So let's make a circle and pivot. Let's just circle the pivots. Those are the pivots in the change in the swing channels, all right? So here's your up channel, and then you would come to this pivot point, and then you would have a down channel, something like this. But who knows how long and how far that it will go. You might pivot here and form a higher low if it's going to stay in a bullish direction. I'm terrible with my drawing tonight. Sorry about that. And then you might have something like this. And so you got to watch the swing channels. You got to watch the action at the price nodes, the volume nodes. Now, let's just talk general. In a follow-up to the last report where we talked about Ryan Matta doing the hit piece on Kaspa, I'm probably going to say that the majority of what he was saying that we've gotten good answers. I've been talking to my good friend that I just met from Israel. His name is Aviad. Aviad? Correct me on the pronunciation of your name. I forgot just since our conversation. But he is actually a friend of Yonatan Sampolinsky. Is that how you say it? And that is the announcement I wanted to make, is that I'm going to hope that Aviad will be able to line up an interview where we can have Yonatan Sampolinsky come on to the Crypto Pro channel and answer my basic questions. And hopefully we can have him explain things in the most watered down form as possible, and then see if we can debunk some of the things that came up in the Ryan Matta video that have not already been debunked, but 3/4 of it, I think he might have taken the wrong way. And I still don't know what the intention or purpose was. I love Ryan Matta's videos. He does great exposés, but this one I take with a grain of salt because I think some of the things that he mentioned, he didn't really look that far into. And I kind of just opinion-wise will disagree. And that's no slight against Ryan because, again, I like his videos and I'm a subscriber. He's a major YouTuber and does great work. My theory is that perhaps, there's papers falling on my floor, perhaps Kaspa is a competitor to Kadena. And maybe that we're going to see new pieces that are put together where people are going to come at this community because it is a competitor. That could be. That's a theory too. All right, so on to the website. I am reading everything on the Kaspa.io website. Here it is right here, or Kaspa.org. I'm sorry, I said the address wrong. And I would encourage everyone to read all of the articles, the blog posts, the white paper on the block DAG, the white paper on the Ghost DAG protocol, and then look at the little brief, the video to, here it is right here, the Block DAG visualizer. Read about this so you can understand what Block DAG is and what it is accomplishing. Where I am on the website right now, I'm reading the Ghost DAG white paper and the Dark Knight white paper. But I have gotten up to this point about the use case. And I do have the wallets. I've got the web wallet, and I'm going to do the mobile wallet. And I'd like to try the I can't say desktop tonight. I want to do the desktop wallet. And I am currently reading the article, if I can find it on here. Here it is right here. Kaspa accepted everywhere. So Kaspa is a currency, okay? And these are the areas that you can accept Kaspa. So I want to be a Kaspa, what would you call it? A Kaspa merchant. I want to sell some of my books, ebooks, and information that I do in my business area. I want to be able to sell that information for Kaspa. And I'm going to attempt to do this on YouTube and Instagram. I don't do Twitch. I don't do Shopify. I do have Facebook, but I don't do much there with e-commerce. But I'm going to learn and try to be an example and see if I can dig in to the actual use of this, because it is a currency, not just something you hoard and hope to sell later to get a major profit. But this is something that will process transactions at breakneck speeds, and their hopes is that it can be used worldwide as a medium of exchange of goods and services. That's a pretty cool use case. So I encourage you all to go to the website and start to learn this stuff along with me. And if I learn something that is simple and straightforward, I will share it with you in a video. Now, I'm not going to promote this project. I will not allow I won't even entertain an idea for people to pay me to promote anything. That's just not my modus operandi. I make money on my YouTube channel being informative and being monetized by YouTube. So when you see the commercials, that's how I get paid. And then I also beg for donations, which you can donate via Super Thanks to help me defray the expensive costs that I have in keeping up this channel, because I pay a lot every month for subscriptions from everything from TradingView to music to graphics to software that I use in order to edit videos. But I will be able to use Kaspa to take donations whenever I get set up as a Kaspa merchant. All right, well, that's about all I got for now. Let me know what your thoughts are about the technical aspect of this, the technical analysis that is the price action. Do you think we peaked out? Or do you think that this is a pivot point and that we might start a downward trending trading channel? And are you ready to load up on Kaspa? I know I'm waiting to get more. So other than that, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Pro channel. And I appreciate you all for being here. Please share in the comments and be polite, be friendly. We're all in this together. And that is all I have for now. This is Carlton, and I am out.